Friday. Thank God it's Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God. And it's a beautiful Friday. We got all our rain early this morning, got out the way. Nice and cozy. Don't y'all like it when it rains late at night?
Yeah, it started raining like 2 in the morning.
Like a baby. I'll be hearing the raindrops like, yeah. Slept like a baby. How y'all doing this morning?
Good.
Got my bro to the left of me, my
What it
bro
do,
to
what
the
it do,
right.
what it
What
do?
it do?
So you forgot to do the drop. You're on 860 WNOV 106.5 FM Be a Voice Radio, Wisconsin Voices. There you go. You can have it back.
And who are you?
Oh, my bad. Today I am Nick Sanders from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Oh, shuck it, duck
Nick
it.
Sanders today. If you know Nick Sanders, go ahead and call in 414-444-5253. That's about it for me. Who are you today?
I am, let me see, Latoya Jenkins.
You. All right, Jenkins. All these aliases. You gonna have that.
Latoya
People's
Jenkins,
calling
how y'all
me.
doing today? If y'all know Latoya Jenkins, call
got
in 414-444-5253.
Don't do that.
414-444-5250.
Don't do that. Because you might be having somebody call for somebody they don't even know. Is that Latoya? I ain't talked to Latoya Jenkins in 25 years. And who we got all the way to the right?
This is Joe Dre. I won't go back to my childhood names either, so we'll leave those off the air.
Yeah,
but,
mine was
Dre.
at least mine was
Dre's fine.
it was actually legit. Hers, one of them aliases.
I have one.
Hater. Why is it always hateration in this month?
Don't say that. Hey, it's all love. I'm just saying you had like 35 aliases. We're gonna do an alias.
We
clip.
gonna do an alias
We gotta do
contest.
an alias clip.
What was my names for the month?
How about for the last 6 months?
Right.
Jenkins, Brown, Smith, Alexander. Yeah, plenty of them. So what's going on today, y'all? What's going on in your world? What's going on for the weekend before we get into probably some, thicker things as far as topics? What have y'all seen or not even that? What's been going on for the week for you? How's the week been going for you?
The week's been going pretty good. I actually got my voice back this week, so
yeah, I could tell. That's why I had you do the recording yesterday.
Yeah, he
she
got
was
right
talking for a
on
minute.
it.
I was like, yeah,
she can talk.
I got
today.
I was watching her.
Recording real quick.
Yeah, I was watching her for a little bit, and she had sent a few ad recordings to me, and I was like, you know what, she's in full mode today. You know what I'm saying, on a couple things. And once we got to that topic of the office from yesterday, I was like, yep, okay, we're gonna go ahead and get Latoya in the mix. So I had Nicole and Latoya do, and thank you again, Nicole and Latoya, for cooperate with me for a little bit, because we got to run those back a few times because we always want the best cut. So, and I want to make sure that Chi gets best work he needs. So hopefully he did like that. He
sent him back already.
Oh, he did. Oh, you see
it? Yeah.
Okay. Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. He don't be playing.
He said he want to play it on the radio today.
Oh, so he sent them over already?
Yes, he don't be playing.
Nice. Oh, you got him? Oh, we get to hear him today? Hey, y'all tune in to the commercial breaks today. We're going to take we need to take at least 3 commercial breaks then so we can hear them all.
Hey, I got a question for y'all.
What's up?
How do y'all feel about a work refrigerator?
Oh, yeah.
Work refrigerator.
You have a work refrigerator, so you bring your lunch to work. You're expecting that when you get ready to go eat your lunch, it's there, right?
Yeah. It's supposed to be.
And then people get offended when you say, hey, this is a work refrigerator, so don't touch my stuff. It's in the refrigerator. Yeah, it's in the refrigerator for a purpose.
Have you ever saw the meme where someone has their Chinese dish brought into work? It says, I know exactly how many, there's 6 pieces of chicken and
747 pieces of rice.
Pieces of rice.
Yeah.
There better not be one missing.
I seen that. You're right though. Yeah. It's a touchy, you got to ride the line when putting your stuff into like a refrigerator anywhere. Of course I've been in plenty little facilities like everybody else in here, and you had, it depends on the size of the groups sometime and who's kind of in and out.
Who got manners, and really, to be honest.
We know that too.
Because we've been working together for 2 years. a
Yeah.
year. Ain't now one of our foods came up missing. We ain't walked in the kitchen, open the refrigerator like, where my lunch
I just don't
go?
like touching people's stuff at all.
Where half of my piece of salmon go?
Man, let me tell you, my granny ain't play that mess. I grew up in a house. My granny did not play that mess. She would go eat real good stuff, and she'd put her name, because she had some men in the house with her. Yeah. She'd put her name in that beautiful cursive, that that silent generation cursive, and then she'd go in there, don't touch her plate. You gonna
now?
touch
You
granny,
know what? I wish I
something.
was like granny, because I promise you, I'm not
no
kidding you.
She had men in the house
my
with her.
House refrigerator would go out dinner, we go kick it. I bring my leftovers back, put it in the refrigerator. Next day, you know how you got that
magic trick.
Yeah.
Was it the magic trick? It was gone, huh?
Go in there, and then the killer part about it, they would leave the empty boxes in there. You pick the box up like, oh, that's the worst. That's like, oh my God.
That's what we talking about with the manners that really upset you. Somebody
did you all ever have to ask permission as a kid to go into the refrigerator?
Oh yeah. What? Absolutely.
I had to, you couldn't take nothing out without what you get.
Even my favorite snacks. Like it'd be certain sometimes you have your favorite snacks. And my little era when they first brought out like bagel bites and heavy and pizza rolls heavy, you at a certain age I was able to go in there and just grab what I wanted, but when you real young, you just ain't gonna go in there and just throw all that mess into one little bowl and then you burn it down the house. I done burnt up the microwave a couple times as a kid. I will admit, early 90s, been burnt up. Been burnt up some plastic.
Put the spoon in there.
Yeah, throwing in some pizza rolls and thinking that at 8 years old that you
8 minutes.
Right, exactly.
Minute a roll.
A piece of plastic rolls.
Yeah.
Them left them in the bag.
Yep. Oh yeah. You know what? My thing was usually the bowls. I usually would just leave them like Joe said. I would leave them in the microwave for too long and just burn up the microwave. Yeah. So yeah, I do understand where you're coming from, Toya. I don't want nobody touching my plates, food, either. People, even when I was talking to you yesterday, I mentioned it to my auntie. I was telling her, she was mentioning that one time how her plate came up missing somewhere, and she was agreeing. She was like, "Yeah, it's not yours. Don't touch it.
Yeah,
it's respect.
I mean, that's a respect, and then
the
courtesy for work, and to have that comment made yesterday. It's in the refrigerator. It's a work refrigerator. Do you know the difference between a work refrigerator and a personal? Work means everybody puts their lunches in there or their drinks. You don't touch it if you didn't buy it.
Listen, I just saw an incident of when a young lady, she was showing up to work and her food was always coming up missing. So she was like, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm going to find out who's been stealing my food. So she put some laxatives
in the
food and put it in the refrigerator. Yeah. And she had her phone out and caught the girl going back and forth to the bathroom. So she was like, that's the corporate that's been stealing my food.
I know I could cook, boo, but
oh my God,
ask me to bring you some or something. Don't just take my lunch. And then I'm hangry all day because I'm hungry.
Food got legs and walked up out of here, huh?
So I just started since yesterday, just put my food on my desk. Like, shoot, forget it. I'm eating in a little bit anyways. I was in the refrigerator all night because
one thing
cooking like a mug.
We can talk about for days is food.
Yes.
I mean, and especially with our show being right around lunchtime, I don't think that helps out at all.
Yeah.
Right.
But we always come here with some growling stomachs and
ideas of what we doing once we leave here, where we going to lunch. But one thing we haven't done that we got to do, we all got to go sit down and have lunch together. We haven't done that.
Yeah. I'm with it.
Yeah.
We haven't done that.
Yeah,
y'all know me. I'm very humorous, so
I'm always with going out and stepping out for a little bit and grabbing something to eat together. So, building that, camaraderie, especially with all the work we be doing. We might as well eat good, burning a bunch of calories and energy, running around and
Brian talking. If I say my tree, he gonna think of the most place. Like,
look, I'm cool. Right,
I'm
cool with a quick, right. Hey, this is place that has this lovely lobster.
$75.
Right, $75. They kill it right in front of you, by the way. Oh, speaking of lobsters, y'all, I was having this conversation with one of the board members, and we was talking about. Did you know, like, depending on how old the lobster? I mean, like some of these lobsters that we eat, regular ones, like 13, 14 years old for the most part. Because
what is their age? How do you?
Because we was going off the weight.
Years.
Yeah, by the weight. So we was looking at a 35-pound lobster the other day. I was looking at it. a 35-pound lobster is about 150 years old, 125, 150 years old. You know, so we was talking about it because one of the board members for Wisconsin Voices had went with her mom to Jamaica and ordered a 50-pound lobster, and so we was doing the math. Or I was looking at it, I'm like, a 50-pound lobster. So a 50-pound lobster, we looked at it. That's about 220 years old. So I think lobsters and jellyfishes are like two of the only species where you can't kill them. They won't die unless they get killed. So like lobsters, just they just keep living. That's why you see those big.
Claws. So now when they
claws,
say
be like 200 years old, they was around during Titanic.
Now I know what I want to be when they say reincarnated.
You're a lobster until you get picked at 10 pounds. At 10 pounds.
Yeah. Until you get picked up
in the middle of the ocean.
Until you get picked up and you in that pot.
They got a black CEO at Red Lobster right now. He's on the cleanup. He's gonna bring in all fresh lobsters. You're gonna be in the 10-year period.
No, she gonna hide somewhere.
With braids.
You got to be in the dark.
You can be there in the pot with braids.
Right.
Shoot, if these lobsters 200 years old, man.
Yeah. So we was looking at, I couldn't believe that. And it made sense. I guess I was like, man, I guess it ain't no real lobster. It's just like with the fish. The fish, most of them fish you see, people be grabbing them huge walleyes out the lakes and all that. Some of them fish be old.
Well, what about the tortoise? Have you ever read about the tortoise? I mean, they live to be like what 200, 300, 400 years old.
Yeah.
They just too slow for me.
Hey, what about that one
reason why I don't want to be a tourist? Because I can't get away quick enough.
I don't know if I want to live that long period. I mean, doesn't sound great.
You sure?
Speaking of like older animals, what about that one shark, the Greenland shark? Y'all heard of this shark before?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I learned about this shark probably like 4 or 5 years ago. So the Greenland shark is the longest lived vertebrate known to science, with someone suggesting that they can live up to 512 years.
Wow.
This is a shark. You can look this shark up. This Greenland shark lifespan used to use radiocarbon dating to estimate that a female Greenland shark was about 400 years old. Another study found that a 5-meter female Greenland shark was between 272 and 512 years old. So the sharks grow slowly at a rate about 1 centimeter per year. So they grow to be like 5 meters long. So I'm not good with that.
It means they would have been born back in the medieval times.
Yeah, that's what a lot. Yeah, and that's what they were saying when I was watching one of these.
In the 1500s.
Yeah. I was watching this special. They was around. It was like he was around when King Henry cut somebody's head, or whoever the case may be.
Anne Boleyn.
All the massacres would have been.
Cut Anne Boleyn's head off.
So okay, there we go. Yeah.
She wouldn't give him she didn't birth a son.
See, look at you.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, see that? Yeah. So I knew it was something like
that. You didn't have my son off with your head.
Oh, read the whole story, Henry VIII.
Would have been around when Machiavelli did his thing. Yeah. Would have been around when who else? I mean, it's a bunch of medieval crazy stuff that when the guillotine was used like toothpaste.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. So yeah,
you ain't wrong.
I thought that was pretty cool to see that a shark, that we got living vertebrates on the planet that can live up to 512 years old. It's thought that the polar waters may play a role in Greenland sharks' longevity by slowing down their metabolism. But it makes sense now why people are taking these ice baths more, that you can get in those ice baths and it can slow down your metabolism, slow down your the growth of your cells and how your cells grow too. That's why they do it. Well, no, you're gonna have to do some burning too. Well. Look. No, don't do me like. See, go ahead. Don't, it's too early for that. I know she did. Right, I fell right into that one.
You said that it slows your metabolism.
But what you can do for that, if you want to, they got the cooling. People go and do that cooling treatments where they scope your body. So you can go do a cooling treatment, and they can scope and it'll take away and break down the fat.
Yeah, I need that.
So that's the closest thing that could, outside of doing like a BBL or something like that.
I've been eating too much. I ain't never had no stomach this big. Like that. I looked in the mirror. I was like, dang, shoot, wait a minute, hold on.
You better stop taking them little runs.
It's that breakfast. That good breakfast you bring in.
I stopped eating late at night too. That helped.
That's the thing. You got to stop doing.
That's what's the And that thanks to that advice from you, because you said that you said you be eating late at night, ain't you? I'm like,
it'll catch you up. It'll catch you slipping quick. The sweetness and the cravings that the brain has.
I don't eat sweets at all.
For sweets. Oh. Well,
the best I eat is I like them candies they have out there now, and the soft one. Yeah. I don't eat sweets at all. No, I ain't gonna say that. We on air, people.
Yeah, we don't hear. Don't say nothing
But
too much.
I don't eat. I don't eat sweets. Ever since my mother had diabetes,
Yeah.
and I would watch her have to stick herself each time and had the sliding scale, and all her fingers or her tips of her fingers would be swollen.
Mhm.
I was like, I do not never want to go through that. So I will never be eating sweets and a lot of yeast and breads and all
Yeah.
that stuff because I don't want.
I cut
do
back a
that.
lot on my soda, and I'm craving it a little more now,
Mhm.
like the sweets. But before that, like I had never really craved a lot of sweets like that.
Yeah.
But now that I've laid back off the soda a little bit, now it's like, man, piece of cake, a cookie, it looks good.
I mean, the other day, one of our partners shared a birthday cake with me. It was a vanilla cream cheese cake. It was good. I went and got some ice cream with it. That's the best I eat with sweets is ice cream. I love me a good ice cream sundae.
Yeah.
And with bananas, strawberries, caramel, fudge.
You
I like
sound
to
real
mix it
hungry
in
right now.
I know.
You
butter
sound real hungry
pecans.
All right. Thanks for coming to Wisconsin Voices Food Corner. Because my stomach, I heard that one. I ain't had a Sunday in a minute. I don't even want no Sundays.
I ate that with the ice cream. I mean the cake.
With the cake, yeah. From the
And I was
office.
good from there. I just really don't eat sweets. So that's one thing that I can say that helps me out is I don't eat sweets, but I am a foodie. I have to have what I crave. And I'm mad at Brian because I want some of his stuffed salmon and he wouldn't do it, but I made it last night. It's like, woo.
I mean, it ain't not.
Lord.
It's just that stuff salmon takes a little time. I like to make sure that I have all the necessary items, but we're gonna have to do it though because I think that it's a potluck do for the office anyway. It's a good way to come together, and we always strategize off of we always come up with some nice or some pretty interesting conversations and plans in the mix of that from pretty angles, and it's always something that we could be doing. And I know it's some things that me, myself, you, Joe, Tamika, Nicole,
I don't know about no Tamika on no cooking.
Oh no, I ain't saying about no cooking. I'm just talking about the strategizing.
Tamika on no cooking.
I'm strategizing.
I think Joe, Nicole, you, me,
I can throw down. I can throw
we
down.
can cook. I said,
Yeah,
Joe,
yeah, I
you,
can
me,
throw down.
yeah, we cook to me.
I know Brian can.
I'll be like,
yeah.
I think she could cook.
They didn't kind of let my secret out a little bit. It's not even a secret. I enjoy cooking for the family.
Cooking.
Yeah, I do. It's like I could be easily in the kitchen. Like we was talking about the other day, like 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours. It's not an issue for me. But it's like a thing you got to build up. If a lot of men in Milwaukee know how to cook, throw down. So the men that's listening, they understand. Once you start at a young age and you built up that mental stamina to be in the kitchen to get it done and walk it through versus leaving and sitting somewhere or getting
a lot of men that's a defense for it because they be like because females they real good with that one.
What's that?
I ain't cooking and I ain't thinking about him. He ain't blah blah blah. So I ain't cooking and then go in the kitchen to cook themselves and they be in there with them licking their tongue.
Like, yeah. You want to let me get some of that? You ain't want to help me out today. Getting nothing on the grill for me today. You ain't want to prep this food for me, especially for that. Sometimes all you gotta do is hopefully she knows how to season up your meat and do it right when it comes to like spreading and even putting a nice even layer of the seasoning across the meat, not blotching it in certain spots and it's real strong over here, but then I hit this part of the meat, it tastes like all it is the grill and no seasoning. It always depends on who you got.
Yeah, you gotta
learn
caress and marinate the meat.
Yeah,
all the way around.
It takes time. Marination, a little stimulation of the tendons and the meats and all the fibers. It's all about breaking down the meat
through the meat.
Man, when I did them beef ribs a couple months ago, them beef ribs, I learned what to do. You gotta tenderize. You gotta tenderize the meat.
Kari said, "Whoa."
It's just the process. It is. I take it serious when it comes to that. Look, I'm done. I'm done going to them barbecues and folks be at people's houses and they don't be knowing how to season their meats up right. Man, be like, man, I'm good. I seen that seasoning that you had the other day. Yeah, it'd be tough too. Then you want to serve this to the whole crew. Come on, man.
Like, listen,
and you confident with your stuff too.
My teeth not as strong no more. I need to do something, but I'm gonna keep my teeth.
I ain't going crazy with the gnawing into the meat no more. Them days is done. I think, man, you gonna be in the corner choking, quiet as much about the flatline. Be in the corner like, where you at? I ain't say he was in the party. He in the corner choking, blues it. Yeah,
it need to do the behind me.
For real. For real. If it take you longer than 30 seconds to chew it and swallow it, you know what I'm saying? Something wrong with the meat. Yeah.
It's like
you sitting over there
like shoe leather.
You chewed the flavor out of it.
You cooked it too fast. That's what it is. You cooked it too fast.
That's right. And it turned into how you
cooked it too fast. Yeah.
You trying to rush order your meat. So but I think what you think? Time for a break.
Yeah, it's time for us to take a break. We had a little
food conversation. We'll get into some hot topics and some things going on for the week when we get back. Be a Voice Radio, WNOV 106.5, 860. What you say, Toya? What you about to say going into the break?
This is Be a Voice.
Be a Voice.
Remembering what we stand for. At Wisconsin Voices, we remember what we stand for. Check out our movement dedicated to empowering citizens and shaping the future. Engage with us on our website, social media, and podcast to make a difference. Visit wisconsinvoices.org. Explore our events calendar, like and subscribe to us on social media. Listen to recent podcasts and radio, and subscribe to our email and newsletter. Amplify your voice and be a voice today.
Looking for a way to get involved and make a difference? Join us at the Big Vote 2024 on October 1st at Turner Hall. It's more than just a night of fun. It's a chance to get educated and registered to vote. With hosts Rotimi and Jasmine Tyler, we're bringing the community together for music, entertainment, and real conversations about why your vote matters. Doors open at 5 p.m. for voter registration assistance and education. Then stick around for an evening of music, entertainment, and empowering messages. This is an 18+ event and ID is required. So make sure you're ready. Tickets are free. Grab yours at wisconsinvoices.org. Let's amplify our voices, Milwaukee. Hashtag the Big Vote 2024. Hashtag Vote 2024. Hashtag Amplify Your Voice.
Milwaukee, get ready for the Big Vote 2024, an event that's more than just a party, it's a movement. Join us Tuesday, October 1st at Turner Hall for a night of music, entertainment, and the tools you need to make your voice heard. Hosted by the multi-talented Rotimi and Milwaukee's own Jasmine Tyler, we're offering voter registration assistance and education to ensure you're ready for the polls. Remember, this is an 18+ event and ID is required. Doors open at 5 p.m. for voter registration assistance and education. Then stick around for an evening of music, entertainment, and empowering messages. Head to wisconsinvoices.org to grab your tickets today.
Milwaukee, are you ready to get informed, get registered, and get inspired? The Big Vote 2024 is happening on October the 1st at Turner Hall. Hosted by the incredible Rotimi and Jasmine Tyler, this is your chance to get voter and registration assistance and learn how to make sure your vote counts. Doors open at 5 p.m. for voter registration assistance and education. Then stick around for an evening of music, entertainment, and empowering messages. This is an 18+ event and ID is required. Tickets are free, so don't wait. Grab yours now at wisconsinvoices.org. Hashtag the Big Vote 2024. Hashtag Turner Hall. Hashtag voter education.
You're listening to Milwaukee's first Black radio station, serving our community for nearly 60 years. WNOV The Voice, 860 AM, 106.5 FM.
Hello, hi kids. Welcome back to 106.5. Let me take that back. Welcome back to WNOV 860 AM 106.5 FM. Be a Voice Radio. Brian Sanders in the mix with LaToya Jenkins and Joe Dr. Dre.
What up? What up? Sound like a DJ. Well, this is Brian on your radio dial.
Sounds like
You guys want to give me a job out there in radio world? Go ahead and give me a job. Give Brian Sanders a call at Wisconsin Voices. I got a couple of those voices too. Would you like to hear the deep run? Thanks for calling in 106. No, let's do our Debo. Yeah, you know. Thanks for calling in the Debo's call talk. You know, what's up, Debo? Shout out to Debo. Hey, y'all, it's a lot been going on this week.
Yep.
Shout out to the Brewers for clinching the NL. You know, it's the Central. I want to just do this for Joe real quick.
I know my Reds were terrible this year.
How y'all feeling about the sports world this year? I want to anybody that want to call in. It's all community. We on all community topics this morning, whether it's sports, whether it's other things that we're going to get into in a minute, food, snacks, whatever things going on. Let us know. Give us a call. But how are you feeling, Joe, about what's going on with them Reds over there? How about the Reds?
It's been a struggle since 1990. So
everybody's cracking. They still cracking jokes about us, even though we won our second NL in a row. They looking at us like I seen a little thing with the like the medals. What's it called? The medals trophies. And they showed everybody ahead of us and looking down on the Brewers with 0 World Series. So you know, Brewers haven't had that World Series shot in a while, and every time they get close, it's somebody like the Dodgers or somebody with a heavy hitting squad. And did you see the Dodgers yesterday? 50-50. Oh boy, oh my goodness. Wow.
yeah,
that was impressive. And more than likely the Brewers gonna run into them first round, I think, aren't they?
they might.
They usually, or if not, it's usually the first or second, right?
Well, if they play the wild card,
Yeah, that's the wild card game. I forgot
if
about
they
that.
play the
Yeah.
wild card and win, then they would run into them in the NLDS. But if they can get a bye, then they can escape them and then run into them.
Yeah, next round.
Yeah.
But
They need the escaping.
They
Yeah,
gotta
oh
escape
girl,
that.
watch sports.
I see you.
Yeah, they need to escape. Yeah, they need to escape. Yeah, it's been a lot of talk about.
out over football.
I know she surprised me because you know I started during the football season. And shout out to myself because my 2 years with Wisconsin Voices was yesterday. Yeah, I had my 2 years. My first event was on the 16th. I was hanging out with Toya, Tamika, Jamie.
Don't tell her what I was doing.
Yeah, we was hanging out. No, you got no nothing. I know nothing. We was hanging out, having a good time. You know, we was at Voices de la Frontera gala. You know,
partner.
I got there a little late. Had to find some traffic with some parking with them big rims I had on the truck at the time, and got in there and they welcomed me. And I sat between LaToya and Tamika, and they said that they were never sitting next to me again at any galas.
She
Tamika,
said she wouldn't let us.
She would sit next to each other ever again.
Me and him just
We
clicked.
we clicked out the gate. We was just talking mess and having
Y'all
fun.
should have seen the little.
Yeah, but yeah, it was just a good time. So it's been 2 years, and I feel like I hit the ground running ever since with them 2 years. It was just been active, and I do want to thank not only Wisconsin Voices but the other organizations that had just welcomed me with open arms into working with them and partnering with them, you know, across the country as well. So you know, it's been opportunities to work with other organizations outside of Milwaukee that are grinding and working just as hard as community organizations and leaders here. So shout out to y'all and shout out to everybody here in the city that's just been, you know, supportive of me hopping in this and coming from that corporate workforce services and workforce Department of Workforce Services lane to, you know, help my people on a more personal level. So again, thank you, and thank you, LaToya, for breaking me down and giving me all them interesting game comments out the gate at the beginning. You know, making sure I hide the important ideas, but not hide them, but you know, make sure I protect them.
Patent them.
You know, patent them, protect those ideas that I have, and then you know, connecting me with all the people you know and the angles that I'll be dealing with certain people. So it's been fun. So that's my little piece on that.
And if any of our partners got anything that they're doing this weekend,
Yeah, tap
please
in.
tap in at 414-444-5250 or 414-444-5253. and let us know the happenings and what's going on tonight, Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, I did enjoy going over there and hanging out with and Mabel, and even just going down there and hanging out with Raj for a little bit this week. And just seeing just how everybody operates. I do think that we as a city just need to just find that time to connect with some of these organizations, because they take their time to rent out these spaces and bring, you know, little snacks and things. I think if you go in there, you may be networking with somebody that you haven't seen in years, or somebody that you want to connect with. Remember, we always talk about stepping out your comfort zone, people.
Yeah.
You know, if it's a passion or something that you are leaning towards and you want to figure out who's doing what, you know, connect with one of us, or, you know, reach out to somebody at one of these organizations and see if you can spend some time to volunteer, or, you know, even just donate, because everybody needs a little assistance somewhere.
True. And then on our topics this week, we hit one of the most important topics, how do a bill become law? Mm-hmm. And we know we got a presidential election coming up, but we can't express more the importance of your local, your state representatives, senators, your legislators, that it is important, because they are the ones that write these bills that become law,
that affect you the most.
Yes.
You know, the president can do executive orders, or Congress can pass laws, but a lot of times those aren't really felt on the local level, or at least for some time.
Yeah.
When local legislators, when state legislators pass laws, those things are almost immediately felt by the community. So that's why it's so important that we vote in these elections, and we're educated enough about the issues and about these candidates, so that when we go, we're making an educated vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because most, unless it's specified in the bill, but most laws that get passed into office, they are enacted the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's specified in the bill or what a certain time, or that it would be enacted. It's usually the next day.
But they affect, like I said, they affect us immediately. I mean, if we had one example I know that we were reading through earlier in the week was this, when they changed the speed limits. I mean, if the state came in and changed the speed limits, that would affect everyone very quickly. Everyone would feel the effects of that. Yeah. If we said, okay, now the speed limit's raised 10 more miles an hour throughout the entire state.
Yeah.
You know, that would be a big impact on a lot of people.
Yeah.
Whereas federal government, maybe all they can do is they can only touch the interstates. So
right.
Maybe that's it. Actually, the law is throwing it back to the states, but it used to be where they controlled the interstate. So, you know, they may be able to control that, and I'm just using that as an example.
Yeah, that's a great example.
You know, there's many different examples out there of how these, you know, the decisions made down at City Hall and the decisions made in Madison affect all of us.
Yeah, that was a great example, because like you said, federal, they can only touch the interstate. If they passed it here, that would be our roads, our highways, our byways,
your city roads, your county roads, your
county. Yeah,
I mean, yeah, all those are, you know, and when we're talking about, you know, maintenance projects for those communities, for those streets, for those curbs, for your highways, I mean, a lot of those that comes down to decisions made in Madison and at City Hall. So you know, it's very important to be engaged and to be plugged into what's going on a local level and on a state level. You know, the federal elections and the federal elected officials get all the attention. You see them always on the 6 o'clock news. You know, they're going to be the ones that get the attention during the election or when they start to roll out their policies. But really, 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 what's important is what's going on our state level and going on in our city.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, and I want to remind you guys of something. All you pet lovers, Pet Fest is down at Meyer Festival today. Saturday, Sunday. So take your pets down there and let them gaze on the Summerfest grounds and have some fun with your loving companions. So I just wanted to remind people of that it's all city for me. It's all all state on what we're doing in the state, how we're like Joe said, how it affects us. So it is really important that we tune in to these local elections, just as important as you think the presidential election is. your local elections is actually even more important. Like
Mm-hmm.
Joe said, it affects you instantly.
Yeah. You'll feel those effects really quick when a law changes. Like you said, sometimes it takes a little while to roll out. There's sometimes a little bit of a waiting period, but those things they affect us, and we feel the impact of it a lot more than we do federal regulations.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and keep on rolling. I know you
Yeah.
got something going on. So right now there is an event going on down in Milwaukee, just to kind of keep people aware of, for anybody that's out there riding or going towards the downtown area. You got NACA's Achieve the Dream event in Milwaukee,
Okay.
Friday, September 20th through the 22nd at Hyatt Regency. So this is taking the first steps to affordable home ownership with the NACA's Best in America mortgage. This free 3-day event will be held on Friday, September 20th through Sunday, the 22nd, from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. each day. All NACA services are free, including pre-purchase counseling and assistance for homeowners. Please register for the event, and you can go to NACA links.com. And I do want to just shout out Miss Morgan Alexander for dropping that. She is a up and coming professional and expert in just home and real estate. She's doing her thing in that, so I want to shout her out from that from Chicago.
Perfect timing on that, Brian.
Perfect.
With interest rates dropping 0.5% yesterday,
Yeah.
that's going to open up a lot more opportunity for folks to purchase homes and become first-time home buyers or become homeowners. So that's really important to learn about that now, especially.
Okay, yeah.
All right. We got a caller on the phone.
Appreciate that, Joe.
Good morning.
Good morning, caller. Good morning.
Well, I'll tell you, I love your voice and all, but just get you some citrus. It's got to be continuous citrus, lemon, oranges, tangerines, and stuff that kind of, whatever complications you may be having. I love your voice, but I just don't want you to be, coughing and, and all that.
Oh,
Okay.
Good morning, Mr. Rideout. Good morning, Mr. Carvey. Good morning, Mr. Bryan.
Hey, good morning, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Joe.
Good morning.
And good morning, Latoya, the Tamika. Have a great Friday and a wonderful weekend, everybody.
Thank you.
Milwaukee, Tyrone W. speaking. I just wanted to say, Stevie Wonder will be here October 24th at the funny looking arena that the Bucks play in down there. That the arena that looks like Trump.
He's talking about the way it's angled. I ain't never thought about that. You better. I guess we won't see you at no Bucks games this season.
I don't know. I won't say, but there was a fella that used to be in the newspaper called Dennis the Menace.
Yeah, I love some Dennis the Menace.
And actually,
he looked like more like Dennis the Menace.
You could probably say young Trump, Dennis the Menace.
Oh my God,
young Trump. But anyway, I know you mentioned the Brewers. Go Brewers! You can't beat yourself though with the errors and the stuff like that, because they could have won that game last night. I turned it off after about the 7th inning, because I said they're down. They're not going to. But I mean, they've got the championship.
Mr. Tyrone, what we gonna do with
the
you?
Division championship. But I mean, you got the Badgers playing UCLA tomorrow. That's a good one. Then you got the Packers on the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah. Do y'all think Jordan Love gonna play?
I don't know. We'll have to see. They're taking him day by day, but we'll see. Even the young guy that's in there, they're young. But any wins we can get right now with the Badgers and the Packers, we'll take until crunch time. Which means like after the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas. When it's really truly booty kicking time. Then
Yeah, that's when it.
That means time to make the playoffs and get the money.
Yeah.
Have a great day and a great weekend. Thanks.
You as well, Mr.
Thank you.
Tyrone W.
Tyrone called in.
Yes.
Appreciate that.
I gotta make sure I get some citrus and
Yeah.
get back from the mic when I call. Clear my throat.
Yeah,
but as they say, let me clear my throat.
So yeah. But he is right though. It's it is crunch time right now. It's that time of the year where soon we'll have like all three of the teams, all our favorites playing for a second and then it'll be the focus on the Brewers for a second, and then we're gonna forget about the Packers now, then the Brewers for a second, and then the Bucks gonna slide in there, and we are hoping that we see something a little different with this new lineup because my boy, we more like fam, but my boy yesterday was on some. Man, we need to go ahead, let Giannis go while we got the while we got the upper hand because when it come down to it, if he would have re-signed for free agency, he would have did it by now. He really on some he live in Minnesota now, so he from Milwaukee, but cats get a little brainwashed when they leave the city. They be it'd be like a kind of jealousy, but kind of like a hate, but love at the same time. Be like, I'm not there to celebrate it. I wish I would have been there to celebrate it. But now since I missed the run, y'all having a bad run now, but I ain't there. So it's like, man, you got to be a Timberwolves fan now if you're gonna keep talking about the Bucks and the Packers. And he's a sports dude though. He ran track, he football player, dude's an athlete. I'm sure he still got it all in him. And his analysis is real. I respect it, but I want to just see one more run, man. I want to see another 2021 run with this little solid young team we got. But it's all about that clicking between.
They got to be able to collaborate.
Listen, man.
What's up?
What people don't understand, Dame Lillard came here with a lot on his plate.
Yeah, I seen it.
He was facing a lot. He wasn't even.
Yeah, it was all in his face.
Shape.
You can see it.
Yeah, you can see it when he played his shot. He's just his whole persona was off.
Yeah.
Now that he got a whole off season with Doc Rivers, he's training with these guys. Dame Lillard got something to prove. So you better believe being one of the top players, at least one of the top 100 players in the NBA, that they talking about this and this and that. Plus, he feels some kind of way because they saying that he washed up. So Dame gonna come out and snipe.
Yeah.
And then you got Chris Middleton and then GT at the shooting guard. Man, it's a prop. And then you got Tayshaun Prince coming off the bench.
Yeah. And I like, and I'm a guy, I'm a fan of putting rookies in and letting the rookies kind of get a loose. I don't like all this setting the rookies and
let
Doc
play.
Doc like to kind of sit the rookies out for a little bit. And I mean, boy Jackson was getting a little play for a second, but he wasn't getting the play he deserved.
Yeah.
I like Jackson. It's some cats.
That cat AJ Johnson.
I'm sorry. AJ.
Who
I
they
like
just drafted.
Yeah.
Dude is a monster. He long.
He long.
Quick.
Yeah.
He can get to the rack.
Yeah. That might be the
man. Though he's a problem.
They might be the face for me because they can't sign nobody with this collective bargaining. So Bucks between Bucks and $193 million payroll, the fourth highest in NBA, will limit roster moves. So Giannis and Damian Lillard are the highest paid players on Milwaukee Bucks. Of course, we would know that payroll that exceeds the salary cap by nearly $53 million. So for teams above the cap, the collective bargaining agreement imposes restrictions on signings and trades. So you won't be seeing too much coming out the city or coming in on there because of the collective bargaining agreement.
Because it would put them into the second tier, right?
Yeah.
So but check this out though. With a starting five of Dame Lillard, Gary Trent, Chris Middleton, Giannis and Brook, it's a problem, bro.
I like that starting five.
It's a problem because you got shooters all around Giannis. You got shooters all around Giannis.
Yeah. Long as Giannis can
do his thing,
to the basket,
so he get to the basket and then close in. It's over.
Kick it out.
Kick it out all day. There's shooters everywhere.
Yeah. We gonna kick it to Toya real quick. What you got? I think you said
they need to collaborate.
Yeah.
Like you said, this was his first year. He had a lot on his shoulders. It was all. I wouldn't just say he was. I would say Giannis too. I felt like both were trying to see who team it was, and they got to realize they got shared glory. I say that again, shared glory. So feel like
the same energy Giannis won with Steph, he better go ahead and do that. With Dame for sure.
Yeah.
Well, he told Dame that this is your squad, man, and he was like, Dame Lillard said on the podcast that he was like, man, sometimes you got to tell me, man, because I get into a zone and I just black out.
Yeah.
So you got to tell me, hey, man, pass me the ball.
Yeah.
Because I was at one of their game history making games where both made history that night. And you could just see how both was in their own zone. But you would like to see that zone click together. Yeah. If they can do that, I feel like
they spent some time together this past off season. So I've seen that. I've seen the little articles, and that's good. I think Giannis flew out to Portland. Yeah, I've seen that. So if he flew out there, you know, Dane and probably hopped on the what you call it, what they call the G. I was gonna say G wagon, but what they call the planes, I forgot what they call them. They, yeah, G5, G6, probably hopped on the G5, G6 and head over to Greece, or you know, they probably met up here and hoop. It's a bunch of nice gyms in Milwaukee to work out, but you know, I'm just want to see the clicking. I know, Tori, you wanted to take a break before it got too late.
Yeah, let's take a quick break. This is WNOV 860 AM, 106.5 FM. Be a voice with Wisconsin Voices.
Too much.
Back live for our last little section of Be a Voice Radio, 860 WNOV 106.5 FM. Wisconsin Voices in the mix with Latoya and Joe. Hey man, it's been an interesting week. We had, you know, quote unquote one of the more pioneers, and I think we got a call real quick coming in, but we got somebody want to tap in with us. Come on in.
Go ahead, caller.
Caller, you
You
on
on the
air?
air?
Hi, how you doing, folks?
Hello.
How you doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. How you doing?
Good, good. I want to respond last week because we chatted about black capitalism, and after I hung up, then one of the gentlemen said that we need roads fixed, potholes fixed, and so forth. I never meant to say that we don't want the streets fixed and stuff. What I was saying is we don't want government directly investing in a business, whether it's black, white, or anything. You want the government out of your pocket. don't want the government in your pocket. It's like walking up to a police officer, can you give me a loan? Once that police officer gives you a loan, he's in your business. And it's just like you driving down the street. The only reason a guy stops an alcohol driver is because he's driving weird.
All right,
But if
sir.
you stop-
For Friday,
you
for next
so
week, we'll
much.
probably go a little bit deeper into that. But today, we're just gonna have a little more, relaxed conversation.
Yeah,
But we do
okay.
appreciate you for calling in. We'll catch up with you next week. Just give us a call, like maybe Tuesday next week, and we can kind of talk into that a little bit more.
More about the
Yeah.
politics.
But thanks.
Well,
Have a good. Have a good
Real
weekend.
hospitable.
Enjoy your
Appreciate that.
weekend.
Absolutely.
You too. Have fun, okay?
You
Thank
too.
you. Y'all, we didn't have
Yeah.
some stuff going on this weekend with this week with one of the quote unquote pioneers in rap music. Sean Diddy Combs ended up being arrested in New York after trying to
Indicted.
present himself as a as a changed man, trying to be in New York and be ahead of the arrest, and try to be in the vicinity of the Department of Justice, and it still didn't work. As we've been talking about during the break, that $50 million bond and everything else that we seen him putting up, even though he did try to sell out, he did spend $18 million on that $48 million house right before he went to jail to try to have all the backing he could to get the bond, but he even put his mom house up as well.
Man, listen, when they turn down that much money,
They know more than you think they know, and that's what I was trying to tell cats at the
that's what I'm
barbershop last
saying.
night.
Like when they turn down that a much amount of money, they want you.
They got more than
So they got more than what they're exposing because they're
Yeah.
not done with their investigation.
Yeah, he said it when he did the interview. The guy was saying that he wasn't done. They wasn't done. They still have a lot more to go
Right.
through.
So that means that some more people are going to get arrested
100%. 100%.
when they
Yeah.
turn down that a much amount of money, and they tight lip like that. They doing it for a reason because they
Mhm.
plotting and planning for who they gonna get next
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
tie them into the case.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's over with. Like he burnt up.
That man has a lot of names in his
He has
head.
a lot of
Yeah.
names.
A
Ain't
lot
no
of
party like a
powerful
puffy
names.
party.
A lot
So
of
hey,
powerful names.
a lot of powerful
powerful
names
names, right?
that can move stuff. So that's
Yeah.
why they're turning down this money and they're moving so quietly because it's going to affect a lot of people and it's going to bring
man,
down
you
the
start-
whole
This
lot.
is bigger than the Weinstein.
Oh, yeah.
The Epstein.
Oh,
Yeah.
way
Yeah.
big. Way this is way bigger.
You'll see a memes of a dude sitting on, and I was I want to do with a dude sitting at the table, all the celebrities, because all the celebrities are really quiet right now.
You know why?
All the
What I was
celebrities
just
are
finna
quiet
say,
right
Brian.
now.
You know why? Because one thing Diddy did, he recorded
Yeah,
everything.
He had hidden
So
cameras.
that's
Yeah.
right. There is the
Yeah.
downfall.
They got you.
Everything.
Yeah.
He recorded everything.
You know what this remind me of countless
Everything.
countless little movies and stuff that you've seen where they had the video of something and they're destroying everybody in his path to get that video back, and because this one person got information on everybody, and just like Epstein, who was allegedly able to have information on everybody as well. This is kind of like the black version of the Epstein case with just more entertainment based people
Mhm.
that are more relevant because a lot of them have been in private. I've been hearing about these stories and parties since I was like 19 and just what was going on. But then also I'm really heavily involved in just understanding hip hop and watching hip hop culture and seeing what he's been doing. He's been doing a lot for years, and a lot of it has been under the influence. I mean, you could see a lot of his videos online where he's been at these functions and parties, and they be in a regular house somewhere, and he be lit. You know
And
what
he
I'm saying?
recorded,
He
even
recorded.
in other parties, he recorded
And somebody
the
got a
whole
camera in there.
time. And people don't even be paying attention how distant the cameras be. They don't be paying attention that they being recorded.
But-
so they
But a lot
actually
of these
like
hidden
this.
cameras too, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
this
you
is
are
the
correct.
problem though with that.
You
Yeah.
see, I said in the distance,
Yeah.
they don't even know these cameras there.
So that means that they're going to
Sitting
get
the
him
clock.
for him recording these people and using it for blackmail because that's the whole
That's-
purpose of
that's
him.
it.
That's the
recording
racketeering,
it.
ain't it?
That,
Wouldn't
yeah,
that be
yeah,
the
there-
racketeering?
yeah. When he's holding people's careers,
Yeah.
hostage based on the things that they can do privately for
Exactly.
him,
Yeah.
he's done.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
that's
they
it. You're
said
done.
that a lot of people careers that he held hostage and held
Mhm.
down is in that same prison, jail that he's in right now.
Well, I know Sean, the guy that he had
Shine.
with Sean,
Yeah.
the guy that he sent to prison.
Yeah, of course.
They just interviewed him, and he was saying how, you know,
I knew that one out the gate. It just pointed, everything just made sense. He left him with no lawyer.
yeah,
He left him with no. He had witnesses come in to testify against him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, back then, I remember when I was in high school, Sean did an interview and talked about the whole situation. You go look it up. Look at the Sean MTV interview, and that was when. But then when Sean got out, like 6 years later, Sean had went to this function in Israel and had the whole little joints. Because when he got out, he was Jewish, and then he got out, he had the joints hanging off the side, and him and Diddy was sitting at a fashion show. And then he helped him with Diddy had access to financial. So he said he really was just using it as a business relationship when he got out. Because I was kind of tripping that he was hanging out with him a lot. I'm like, this dude. But then you look at it, it take a lot to forgive you. But Sean is a different type of dude too, and it's all the way around. He didn't been through the rap. He in the politician game now. He didn't seen both the extreme sides and everything in between. But that was an ugly situation that happened. I mean,
yeah, man,
it derailed his life, but then he got back right.
I know a lot of people in the music industry is feeling some kind of way because of the money that he owed them and holding on to their masters and the stuff that he did.
He owned Biggie's masters and 112's masters, Danny D. Kane's masters. He won't give it up either. Oh, he didn't.
Mace.
Yeah. He wouldn't let Mace sign the G Unit. Yeah, Boys in the Hood. Yep.
Yeah.
Jody Breeze making the band group. They didn't get to flourish. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have hiccups, man.
And these all were some good, promising groups until they didn't do what Diddy like. So that's a big topic in the community. So we wanted to end with that. Thank you guys for listening to us this week and this Friday.
Crazy conversation.
Crazy conversation.
Friday. We having a little
This is
fun.
Friday. Hot topics with Be a Voice with Wisconsin Voices. WNOV 860 AM. 106.5. See y'all Monday.
Have a great
Thank
weekend.
God it's Friday.